All right, we're gathered here for a feast. It's called Cock and Bull. We have Kunal Rao joining us. I'm so sorry if I can't remember a simple name like Rao, but it's age. Alzheimer's and Parkinson's working together from both sides of my head. In the meantime, my daughter put me in a very pleasant mood in the morning. Not by telling me my wife has left. No, not that good news. But she did say a couple of silly jokes which I liked, I enjoyed. So I'm trying to remember them so I can repeat them to set people's mood in the right direction. Since our two stand-up comedians will never tell us a joke without being paid. The first one, which I really liked, was two men walked into a bar, but the third one ducked. I thought that was hilarious. And then, so there was this one cow talking to the other cow, and the first cow says, "Hey, have you heard of mad cow's disease?" And the second cow says, "I don't know about all that shit. I'm a helicopter." I like both these guys. Amit loves them. Amit, you like a 14-year-old girl's set of jokes which they pass to each other.
I cannot help but say that my sense of humor is stupidly stupid.
That's good. That's good. It's all over the place.
Those jokes are more political than anything that most comics do.
That's true. I mentioned not one but two cows. How sacred is that? Okay. So, Kunal, firstly, welcome after quite a break. It's good to see you now in your parents' house, as you told us offline in Churchgate. Your
I already regret telling you this.
Yeah. So now food comes to your doorstep, to your room. You don't do anything.
Ramu Kaka, 1 minute mein video recording mein hu Ramu Kaka, please.
And you're wearing your pajamas, am I right? What?
No. This is a solid T-shirt from Soul Store. Yeah, they've gifted it to me like it's an official.
I have to
Disney
Google
thing,
Soul Store. I'm so unhip. You have no idea. Okay.
No,
they gifted it to you.
Nice.
They gifted it to you.
Yeah.
Were you like me walking around shirtless for no reason? They felt bad.
No, they like me, I guess. You know, I something that you probably haven't heard of people liking you.
Wow, no, I haven't. And definitely you don't like me from that cryptic comment.
What are you talking
I put
about?
some phone on 1 second, see, because of the sarcasm and the meanness in the beginning. Yeah, you're no cow as far as I'm concerned. You're a helicopter. I thought
to be back. I'm glad we're back.
Yeah, no, just a quick word. So this is your room or this is your parents' room?
This is my room, yeah.
So when you leave the house, they kept your room.
Actually, technically, yes, this is designed. If you see, the bed is against the wall, so it's designed to be like a sitting area. So, and not only that, they made the room half, and they took that other half into each of their rooms. So
that's
now,
yeah. So it's like an American story. You're
yes,
like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The moment young Ian leaves the house, it's like, okay, selling the room.
So this is very clearly a tiny box that I am just literally sleeping in for a couple of nights, and they like leave quickly. You know, that's basically.
Well, that depends on a man called Uddhav. And that depends also on an alliance of 3 parties and a number of cases of COVID and too many factors, unfortunately. I wish I could help you. But Amit and I have already decided we should make it a partial lockdown. Although cases have gone up by a little bit today. From 2,400, we've crossed 3,000. So those 600 who unnecessarily got sick, please stop this. Really. We're nearly there because I thought once you go under 2,000, it should be like, come on.
The hope, yeah. Well, I mean, like we still, I think, I don't know what's going to happen though. Overall, Maharashtra is not like, improving that much. It's getting a little better, but Bombay is getting significantly better. But overall, Maharashtra is still kind of screwed, right? 60-odd thousand cases yesterday.
Well, that's the difference.
Once you cross the 4-digit number, I don't think it really matters whether you're 2,000 or 3,000. It's pretty bad. Those numbers are bad. But Bombay is obviously in a better state because once you implement a lockdown for a couple of weeks, the numbers just fall naturally.
Yeah.
Considering it's a lockdown,
because nobody tests.
Yeah, basically. But considering we've been locked down for 2-3 weeks and they're still at 2,500-3,000, that's a problem.
No, it's come down from April 10th of 12,000 or whatever to 2-3. I mean, how much more do you expect it to come down?
0.
People like
that's
me
how much more. Like 100% is how much more I would like it to come down.
A friend of mine, by the way, because of you guys, a friend of mine drowned. He went for a swim and he drowned because he refused to take his mask off.
But you can still swim.
Helicopter better? Helicopter.
I think it's amazing that you think that the mask allows you to disallows you to breathe underwater.
What? Yeah. Comic to make a difference. Investigate and analyze the joke like it's calcium carbonate in a chemistry lab for F's sake.
Because we're trying to make sure that the tweets don't come to you, Cyrus. That's what it is.
If they come to me, I'll say, "Main bhi Kangana." Remember that. It's your defense for life. Yeah.
That is the best segue I've ever heard.
Does she say tweet or tweet or twit? Because in India, the Twitter word is also all over the place.
Swedish.
Are you on Twitter? In Bengal, I've been asked
Twitter.
this. Yeah.
I think she's gone to coup now, right? Is that what it's called? Coup.
She's doing a coup?
No, there's an Indian Twitter called coup.
Oh, yeah, the
Okay.
K. Oh, yeah.
Oh, how unhip are the two younger men? What
Well,
the hell?
I
They don't know
all
about
this,
coup.
at all.
But I believe coup is like a
I would say,
full-on
fuck coup.
right-wing thing.
it is. It's parlor for India.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So now she's gone on coup, is it? So now the English spellings don't matter.
Well, did she?
I mean, it's
smell-
called
did-
coup.
Hey, guys, there's an equivalent in Pakistan that's called coup that's spelled C-O-U-P. Come on, guys. Come on. Yeah. Come on, I'm here.
French Pakistan. I love that part of the world. Yeah. Right. Topic number 1, Old Man Silvery.
Yep.
Yeah, Kangana, that's the one, right?
Kangana,
Oh,
we
that was
talk
it.
about
That's hence the
Kangana,
segue.
Yes.
So,
Should have picked up on that. Huh?
So you accidentally segued.
yeah.
Of course, I accidentally segued. I'm the kind of guy. I'm the backbencher, brother. You keep thinking I'm one of the guys in front paying attention. That's why we got Silvery here.
Yeah.
I think the three of us are backbenchers, and poor Amit is left alone. He's got his conviction, and he's got his thoughts, and he's got his whole plan in place, which is being spoiled. Silvery, yes. Kangana ji.
Yes.
Does
all right.
anybody know Silvery's first name? Or
Antariksh,
rather,
she knows.
can anyone pronounce Silvery's first name?
That's half the battle, yeah.
That's half the battle.
His mom listens. She's our number one fan. Be very nice. Only thing she doesn't like is any disrespect to her son. So you have to remember that. So we tried to be nice. Like we don't mention his bad habits, which don't exist.
Yeah, of
But,
course.
you know.
No bad habits. Let's get to Kangana Ranaut.
My word.
Stage topic.
Subtle comedians in India. Once you go to church, you start behaving like me, is it? As loud as you can be.
So Kangana Ranaut on Tuesday got suspended from Twitter for posting an offensive tweet, basically saying that I'm paraphrasing, but basically saying that we need gundas to handle gundas. So just talking about the TNC gundas, and she was referencing the West Bengal violence and talking about how the PM Modi should should use his Virat Roop from the early 2000s and teach the Mamta lesson. And
I have
Mamta,
a
basically.
I have a question of Kunal, who is a Hindi pandit, so he'll answer properly.
Correct.
Is it Gunda or Gunde? It should be Gunde, not Gundas. Right?
So
I mean,
she actually spelled Gunda Gundai.
Yeah, Gundai.
That's a
Which I
really
thought-
good
Gundai?
question.
That's
Gundai.
Korean. No.
Yeah.
That's a brand.
Yeah, which is very weird.
He's trying to sell some product and in the guise of philosophy, and this is wrong.
I think we're in a very English world. So gundas.
I think you go with
makes sense.
Gundas and when you're
Yeah,
doing it in
Gundas.
Hindi, it should be Gunde, I thought.
Yeah,
But
I
we're
think-
English. No, English is thoda sa allowed, na? As I just did in that sentence. English is thoda sa allowed. That's just gundas.
I was like,
is what-
Kangana's rules are different from all others, so we have to.
I don't think
also accept
Kangana
that.
No, but
has rules.
I think that Hindi film titles form the canonical spellings of English in Hindi, right? Like, so
Yes.
Gunde is a word. There are many movies with the word Gunde in it, right?
Yeah.
Which is plural for gunda. Basically.
Which is plural for Gunda, which is, and if I'm not
And-
mistaken, that's
And this is a lesson for the
Gunde.
day for all those listening. We've given you an insight that you've never thought of before. The plural for Gunda is not Gundas, it's Gundes. So just get it right.
Yeah.
So one second.
Yeah.
So instead of deleting the tweet, they just banned her account.
Yeah, they could have taken other actions.
Yeah.
But this was talking. So they said that we have been.
No, but they
clear
may have warned her
saying that-
before, right? This is not the
They
one-off.
They say that they do send
Request to not have political
exactly.
comments and all that.
Yeah, and they
more than
they-
once
they-
in her case.
Exactly. They also tell you apparently that what is the offensive part and why
Right.
your tweet or whatever post is being taken down.
Without judging, so if you attack anyone apparently and you're high profile, like I can do it and nobody cares. But if
Yeah.
you're Kangana and you have 80 million followers, then you can't take a stance basically.
Yeah, because
Or-
people report you, and the number of reported, these things, and that worsens your chances of.
Right. Also, I mean, dude, she's calling for violence. I mean, like
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
all.
red
That's
line
exactly
that
what-
these
Yeah,
guys strike.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
there's a
they-
clear law
Saying
against
that go out and do
Yeah.
violence. I mean, that's the red line, right? Donald Trump, as long as it took, as much as he was talking
Yeah.
shit for so long, they didn't ban him until he called for violence.
Yeah.
But
Right,
Donald Trump is in
that's-
US. I feel like Twitter US is far more like
But,
relaxed,
lenient.
yeah,
They have
and
many
it's
more
really
Kanganas
funny
in the
because
US.
Kangana has
Yeah.
always been pro-government, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just surprised.
It is
that-
actually a pro-government statement. People are
Yeah.
misunderstanding it.
That's why
She's
I'm
just
worried.
saying-
That's why I'm confused why she's been removed. Because like if the government is, as we have seen,
But
has
they
sufficient
are-
power of all these things. I'm surprised he removed it.
I think
So
part of
what
it
you're
is
saying
that
is you only get removed if you tackle center. But if you tackle the TMC in this
Correct.
case, which is actually reading
Correct.
between the lines
Correct.
what she's saying,
Correct.
she
I would
shouldn't
have
get
thought
banned
that they wouldn't have
unless
done
Mamta
anything.
has got so much more power than we think now. That
But,
she
you know-
owns Twitter. Twitter is in
Yeah.
her hand.
Twitter.
But-
Twitter.
Kemobashi.
Kunal, you bring up Kunal.
Facebook.
I think you touched on like something which is really kind of interesting, important in this, right? As well, the fact is the left feels persecuted by Twitter, thinking that it's completely government run, and the right also
Correct.
feels persecuted by Twitter, thinking that it's completely leftist run,
Correct.
right? And it's amazing how everybody thinks that the platform is your enemy.
The world is against me.
Yes.
That's
And the
what it
answer
is.
to all this is to remove Kangana, so everybody's happy. Is that it?
The answer
Maybe-
to this is
maybe
to
they-
remove Twitter because that's from freaking 2010. Nobody's on it anymore. Like
How
everybody's
dare
moved on to
you?
Instagram
You don't
and
like
Koo.
the Twitter?
That
Kunal, you
long
don't like
back
the
I gave up.
Twitter?
Long back I gave up.
What do you say?
Really?
You're not on Twitter.
Interesting.
I am on Twitter, but I just I don't look at it. I just schedule tweets that go out and then I don't look at it. It's just
It's like that
too
ugly
stressful.
aunt. Everybody has
so
a really
stressful,
ugly aunt
man.
and you don't want to make eye contact. Okay.
You
okay.
No,
know,
no, my
it's-
aunts are all pretty. Yeah, they all
Oh,
are.
really?
Rao
Can I come
family.
and can I take a
Rao-
look at your Twitter?
I'm so confused about the basic story in the first place because why would TMC Gundas create violence when they won?
yeah,
It makes
absolutely.
no sense.
But there's also 2-3 reasons. One is settling scores, which in India has always done. It's not really coming from either party. He just uses an
Oh.
excuse to settle scores, which is why lynching happens sometimes. People go, it's a business
Oh.
dispute gone wrong, but you say he's a Kasai and I hate him and I can use this.
Cyrus, I never thought I'd learn something from you.
but-
Bro, I'm a Gunde. I'm part of the Gunde Trust Fund. You know, I go and break things I break a door handle a day, frankly speaking. And that's just coming out of the bathroom in a hurry. Yeah.
But another kind of news that is coming out from Bengal, like a lot of fake news is coming right during this time because
Yeah.
after the post poll violence and all that stuff. So they are saying that TMC Muslim goons are attacking BJP members.
They have a separate Muslim.
Exactly.
wing.
That's what. This is so weird to even say. Why will they? Why will the party say no? TMC only our Muslim members will go and attack these people. Hindus, no. You stay
No
back.
Muslim members. They have wings. You have a
Yeah.
upper caste Hindu, lower caste Hindu,
Yeah.
Muslim,
Yeah.
Jain, Parsi.
Exactly.
I love this. It's a menu card. Who should we send out today to kill? Puja. Shahid Puja.
No, but the same thing,
really?
similar thing happened in Bangalore yesterday, right? Who's that really young MP, the BJP MP, the rabid guy,
The guy from
Uh,
Rishabh's gang. He was part of
Tejasvi,
Aimun.
Tejasvi Surya, correct?
Yeah.
So he went out and he did a nice statement. This is the amazing coordination, and see, this is why it strikes me that the BJP or the government that we have right now could have done so much of a better job around COVID because they're competent when they want to be. Okay, this is what happened yesterday, right? So he did a nice kind of statement to the press, mainstream press, TV cameras, all of that, right? Where he was saying that, the Bangalore Municipal Corporation is not doing what they should be doing. Bed allocations are not happening at the speed that they should be happening. As soon as that thing went out on WhatsApp groups parallelly, went out statements of him going and fighting with different administrators and saying, why are these people hired over here? Why are they deciding what is happening? And then he named 16 different Muslim employees.
यार WhatsApp news
really?
network को कौन
Yeah.
पढ़ता है?
Are you serious?
No, but I'm saying that what he did is like, this is competence, right? It's competence in a disgusting, awful space and like, with an awful kind of potential end result. But it's competence, right? That you coordinated this thing where you're speaking one way to one particular audience and you're not even dog whistling anymore, right? Because now what you're doing is you're just to your groups of people, you're sending this message out. So they know what they need to know as well.
What is dog whistling?
Like this. Monty. In India, whistle is this only. Nice girls. I've done it all. Kunal, you've never done that? When a hot chick passes.
No, I'm.
I do the same thing to dogs and girls. I haven't figured out the difference.
Dog whistling is basically saying something without saying something. So like basically in
so only a certain people.
implying.
It's like when Trump talks
Implying.
about like doesn't say anything against like white power. or that kind of stuff.
in Bombay when we were talking, if you're talking about areas, like I've heard so many of my relatives say this, right? That yeah, man, Bombay is very safe, but when things can go wrong, that time you have to be careful that you're not in Baikala or you're not in Mahi.
Oh
It's
wow!
ridiculous.
Really?
That's what people
Kunal,
say.
are you
right?
serious? You haven't met people from our
It's-
It's
class of
people.
society who talk like that? They're
I
plenty.
avoid people, as we all know. Like I just try to.
I think they don't even think they're being prejudiced when they say
No,
that.
they don't.
They think
They
it's
think
normal.
they're
Yeah.
quite, yeah.
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 in their minds, they're still liberal. It's just making a matter of fact
Yeah.
that you don't go to Nagpada, you'll get whatever.
Yeah.
When what you'll get is the best Nali Nihari the world has ever seen.
Yeah.
But of course, at high prices, because you guys go in your Mercedes and BMWs. I go in my chappals and torn shirt, and they say, "Oh, Cyrus bhai, aja, bhaijan."
Yeah, and your 12 eggs every
My
morning.
12 eggs. Have to return them every day.
So,
But we need to answer the question about Kangana, which you rightly pointed out. So as it appears that she's taking the side, I know it's a little convoluted, the whole thing, but it appears that she's still taking the side of the Samrat in her eyes, or Virat, or whatever you call it. And yet she was banned. So since we all thought that it's anti-BJP statements which get you banned. So there's a little conundrum which we've not cracked here. So what is it?
I think Twitter might actually be doing their job for a change.
Yeah.
Like the
Trying to be secular.
Doesn't no, just the tweet is against certain rules, which is you can't create violence or instigate violence, and bam, you're out. Maybe they just gotten hardlined about it.
I still think they must have warned
properly,
and she must have continued with it.
So
I don't think
what
what
is that like? I don't blame them also, because Kangana has a history of what is that film where she's playing a schizophrenic? Real life. So obviously they're probably being a little cautious. That's all.
Yeah, but I'm sure she has gotten the message before also, because she has said offensive stuff.
Yeah. No, but I think Twitter is also a legal issue, right? Because when these things happen, riots and murder and all that, you can also attack the platform in a sense. Now people will start doing that, low-hanging fruit. The platform is also responsible for they'll say, no, we aren't, but you could.
That's true. Like, for instance, Donald Trump got banned permanently from Facebook, right? All his supporters have, today morning, if you go and check, delete Facebook.
Out.
Delete Facebook has been trending endlessly.
Yeah.
So
I'm not surprised.
I'm just amazed that the ex-president of a nation has been banned by a social media platform. What is this news item? It just doesn't fit in my head.
Second one, right? Twitter already banned him. He's still banned from Twitter.
Put it in perspective.
Facebook had also banned him, but this was like, so Facebook, it's interesting, right? So Facebook created this extrajudicial body, which was supposed to kind of review these kinds of high profile bans. And is this an appropriate action that Facebook took? Because there is a challenge over here for these platforms, in the sense that what are they supposed to do here, right? Like, I don't know if they should be able to ban Donald Trump. I think he's disgusting and all that, right? Or at least while he was president.
Discussed that, Silvery.
Yes, they should not ban him just because he was president at one point of time.
Well, I mean, right to free speech there comes with a little price. So you got to understand, either you accept that price or you start making rules, and then in a sense it's a hypocrisy, because you kill the idea of free speech. So if you want to be a Nazi, you're a Nazi. I mean, that's free speech. What can we do? We all deride it. But
so you're saying Twitter is wrong to ban him?
I don't know.
No, the concept of free speech is above all this. So if you're looking at it from a philosophical point of view, no doubt we've discussed this to death before.
But free speech
you're a comedian. You tell me.
Just said, but no, like free speech is complicated, because like we just said, if you're going to use free speech to to create incite violence and all that stuff, then it's a problem, right? So there is, like, it's. I hate to say it's
it's a tough one.
Light blue area.
I mean, we think we all know what we're saying, common sense, etc., but I don't know. There are all kinds of people out there. And what's black to one is white to the other.
But one thing is for sure, that the people who rule the world are social media CEOs. That's a fact. Right? If you can ban the president of the world, quote unquote.
That's why that's so problematic, right? That, I mean, like, should the president or the head of state of a country, should the social media, should a social media platform have the power to make that person, like, make it difficult for that person to communicate? And I don't think that they should.
No, but here's the rub. They haven't banned Putin or Erdogan or even Jinping. I know China has banned them. That's another story. But they banned Donald Trump. So he's gone right to the head of the class. You think about it.
It's actually interesting.
It's a hard one to answer.
But again, I'm on Amit's side slightly, and Silvery and I discussed this yesterday. I'm saying, if you want free speech, we got to allow all the evil that's out there. It comes with the territory. What are you going to do? Because otherwise, it's just not free speech. Then you've already edited. You've already got rules in place, so it's not free. Then say we allow free-ish speech or something like that, because that's what we're doing with a certain
But Trump was also tweeting lies, no?
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
so that's a big
issue. But then again, the thing is that so who is the arbiter of those lies?
Me.
Who says?
Make me.
That's the thing, right? You need a person saying this is true and this is false, and a lot of stuff, especially when you start getting into the realm of opinion, right? Those things are
Yeah.
not 100% black and white. See,
Yeah.
violence can be a red line. I understand that,
Yeah.
right? And I understand that being a red line that you're not supposed to cross. Don't incite violence. But when it comes to tweeting misinformation or disinformation, right? I mean, like, people have opinions sometimes. Sometimes those opinions could be wrong, or sometimes those opinions could be 90% wrong.
But as a pure liberal, you can't say right or wrong also, no? Because your
Yeah.
opinion is your perspective and somebody else's perspective is so different about your opinion.
Yeah.
So, just take veg versus non-veg, take anything,
Yeah.
generic things.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
No,
so
and,
difficult to prove. Like, I
is it-
find somebody's wife really ugly, but he says she's really beautiful. I'm like, okay, whatever. But if you've seen Mrs. Sharma, I mean, ghastly. Eyebrows are joint, nostrils touch her ears. I mean, lower body is, descended into the abyss of I will never be seen
I
again
think
in
you should
public.
delete her account immediately.
No, I love her. She's the only woman who responds to me.
Hey, did you guys know? Sorry, coming back a little bit to the Kangana thing. Did you know that she's playing Jayalalitha in the next movie? Apparently, she's cast as Jayalalitha Thalaivi or something is the name of the movie.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, I googled. I did some research.
Huh.
Yeah,
But right
so-
now, DMK is in power, so the movie won't be allowed in Tamil Nadu, as far as I can see.
Exactly. Why
Yeah.
would they, how would they
You'll have to
allow
go
a
to
North
you'll have to go to
Indian
Andhra
play?
Pradesh to see it. Yeah.
What I find really interesting about Kangana is that she recently started a restaurant in Himachal, right? Wherever she is. She started a
Isn't she
restaurant
from
there.
Rajasthan or something?
No, Himachal. Huh?
No,
no,
she's
she's
from
from-
Kullu, Manali or something like
Yeah,
that.
so yeah, exactly. In Kunal Manali.
Something like that, you elites. You can't say things like that.
Well, no,
Kullu
Kullu and
Manali,
Manali. Kullu and
because you're
Manali are
Mumbai.
two separate cities, dude.
Yeah, but don't say
Okay,
something
okay,
like
sorry,
that,
sorry,
because
okay,
people
I
attack us
apologize.
for, attitude Churchgate and, I mean,
Kullu
Kullu,
or
Manali,
Manali
the
or
very
something
proud,
like that.
beautiful
She's from
parts of India.
Himachal. She's
Huh,
from
you wanna see?
Himachal. I
She's
know
from
that.
Himachal.
Got it. Okay.
I
Very
know that
beautiful.
she speaks from Manali every so often, but
Okay.
I don't think she's
Oh,
from
she's on
Manali,
Manali, is
itself.
it?
I don't think she
She's
is from Manali.
not on.
Okay,
Kunal, stop
what I'm
And her
saying is
restaurant-
You're getting silvery excited. Once he gets
Is
distracted,
it a veg
and his
restaurant?
mom is listening. I don't want to be part of this.
no, but I'm getting to something that my
let's
mom will
talk about
probably have
Kullu,
problems
okay.
with.
Is it
No,
a
wait,
veg
wait.
restaurant? Huh.
So I'm saying she started a restaurant in Kullu, in wherever she's staying in Himachal. I don't know now. I really don't. I don't. But like isn't the rumor isn't the stereotype that when any restaurant you go to in Himachal, you'll be like asked on the side, hey, chahiye kya? Hey, chahiye kya? Like some drugs or something. So the entire last year, wait, hear me out. The entire last year she spent speaking against all this Bollywood actors who are in this supposed drug trade, and now her own restaurant will be down like a low.
That's a bit of a stretch now, Silvery, really.
It's very
I mean,
possible
I know
that
you
it's
don't
happening
like
though.
Queen and you didn't like the
I-
movie or whatever.
I know it is a
Scarred you,
stretch,
this is
but it's
just
very
a-
possible.
I have gone to Shimla 35 times. I'm sure Kunal and Amit have been to Himachal. I don't think
Yeah.
it's exactly the way you portray it to be.
Well, no, I've been
Yeah.
asked every time I've been.
Because maybe you guys have a certain look.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's just, I mean, like when I went to Manali and you go to like a small dhaba or something like that, they'll ask you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my.
What I liked
What-
about Manali is they had a
What
Madras
they'll ask.
cafe.
Oh?
What they ask.
Solid.
Okay, let's go on to the next topic. Yeah.
We have we have dissected as surgeons for 23 minutes Kangana's case on Twitter. Nobody has done it, not even Arnab the Great.
Okay, so this is a slightly lighter topic because
Lighter than
nobody is-
Kangana on Twitter.
Yeah, a little bit. Because nobody is actually getting hurt or suffering through this right now. 8 lions in Hyderabad Zoo, in the Hyderabad Zoo, have tested positive for COVID. They are
Oh.
keeping fine, but
They've
the
only
zoos have
got
been shut down.
nasal discharge. Let
Yeah,
me tell you, I've done
exactly.
all my research on
Yeah.
this because I like to quell all these stories as fast
You
as
care
possible.
more about the
Before-
animals than you do about the humans. We
I
know.
do.
Also,
I absolutely
like that
do.
Antariksh says
I'll
no
defend
one
my
was-
right to care
no
about
one
animals more
was
than humans.
injured in
Humans?
this story
Huh?
but lions.
They're not injured though.
You can see his perspective. You can
But
see.
they're
And that
fine.
too, we have only
No.
about 40 left, huh, Kunal?
Yeah.
It's like worse than the Parsis. 8 gone, it'll be like, oh, take care, but these to baki hai, so many.
The
Yeah.
question is, are they going to quarantine the lions? Because isn't that basically...
They're already jailed.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
already.
They're already jailed.
That's true.
What more do you want to do to a poor lion who's stuck behind bars?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is,
But-
as of now, it's not affecting animals in a big way. They just have a nasal discharge. They don't have a job. They don't have anything to do. They're anyway under lockdown.
Yeah.
And they're all
And they're
underweight,
always
you
on
know.
camera anyway, so it's fine.
They're on camera, but they're all underweight. As a Leo, I'm not happy with this. In fact,
You're
all
a
the
Leo?
Lions clubs out there, I'm a Leo. Born and bred Leo, yaar.
Wow.
If that makes any sense.
So do you want to go and volunteer to
Kangana's
check
Leo
their
too.
oxygen every 4 hours?
I don't think yet. I think you should just put out there not to attack cats. Because Indians sometimes have weird thinking. It happened with dogs when there was a rumor, they start giving away their dogs and And then they start giving away the cats. When the cat thing happened, they talk about lions like this. There's no proof, no investigation properly, and people just start giving away house cats and etc.
How are you going to give away your lion, though? Who's giving away the lions, dude?
My wife. I'm a Leo. I just said so. I'll be out on the street in a minute if she has an excuse. What are you saying? Huh?
This has actually become a thing, though, by the way. People are starting shelters for animals whose owners are suffering from COVID. So if you're suffering from COVID and you fear that your animal, your pet might get it, you can contact these people and they'll take in your pet for you.
Can I pretend? I mean, this is insensitive, but can I pretend to have COVID and say, "Will you look after my wife? I don't want to get it." How does that work? Who do I talk to? Is there anyone? Do you have any influence in Manali?
Yeah, first
or Kulu?
all you have to do is just prove that your wife is an animal, and then I think we can.
Whoa! Well, return of serve, brother. Oh, good old Roger
Nice.
Federer at his best. Oof. I hope she sees this episode because she's more angry with you than me. I'll be off the hook, man.
So somebody has given a comment saying that Gunda is a noun and Gunde is a verb.
How does
No, Gunde
Wow,
is
how
That does
plural
not
of
sound
Gunda.
right to me.
That's
Please
not
ask the
Gunda.
gentleman to put it in a sentence.
No, I
Yeah, that
disagree.
does not
In
sound
Hindi.
right to me.
I want to
Gunde
say the
is
verb
plural.
Gunde. How do you make it a verb?
Yeah.
Isn't verb
No,
like a
he's
moving,
saying Gundas do
moving,
Gunde.
grammar? Sorry?
Gundas
He says Gundas do Gunda.
No.
Another-
Giri, yeah.
Someone-
Maybe that's a Bombay thing. I don't know. Giri is almost always a
Gunda
Bombay
Giri is
thing.
different. That's a
Yeah.
made up word firstly, and it is
That's always a
sounded like
Bombay
verb,
thing.
yeah.
Giri is a Bombay thing. I get
Gundas
that.
is also
This is interesting. Someone named Idiots Adda has said, guys, Gundai is the act which Gundas do.
Gundai.
Gundai.
Or Gunde.
Acha,
Gunda is not
Gundai.
the act.
Maybe
Gunda
Gundai.
is a noun.
Gunde. That's what
What
he was
the
saying.
Acha, it's not
What
Gunde,
is
it's
going on with people of
Gundai.
India?
Maybe.
Gundai kar raha hai wo.
Spell
I
it.
don't
Sounds
know. Right.
Okay, all right. That sounds right. Yeah, that does not sound as wrong.
Sounds
Gundai.
less
Don't
wrong
agree
than
without knowing.
Gundagiri.
Come on, guys, check. Which one of us?
How
I got
do we
54%
check?
in Hindi.
How do we check Hindi?
I got 54%
The four of
in
us are
Hindi.
going to
Kunal, how
check
much you
Hindi
got?
grammar.
One sec. Kunal, how much you got?
Got what?
10 standard में कितना मिला हिंदी में?
Hindi,
I
I
don't
think I
remember.
just about made like 78 or something.
78. So you're
ICSE,
Not bad at all, man.
ICSE they give like it's
Yeah.
easy, yeah.
70.
Yeah.
कितना? Silvery?
I think it was like 60s somewhere. I don't remember.
Loser. Amit?
Not great.
62, I think. It basically,
Kunal, you are-
it got my percentage under 80.
Kunal, you are in charge.
Yeah.
You
Finally,
make the
I win
decision on
something.
Hyundai. 78. Mr. 78.
I
आप बताओ,
think
please.
I think when in Bombay,
हिंदी में बताओ,
Bombaya,
And
the
better
answer
than
is
the verb.
Gundagiri. Okay,
It's the
Gundagiri.
act of humping. Oh, okay, forget it.
So back to
What the hell is the word, man? I know less Hindi after talking to you all than I did before. What the hell is wrong with you? Oh boy. Oh.
Okay.
So what
And
happens
look
to the
at our
lions
listeners.
if somebody eats the lions?
Nobody cares
then
about
when
our
the
lions.
COVID
No one's
becomes-
written about the lions. Nobody cares about Gunde and Gunda. 45 messages. No one cares about COVID. No one cares about the lions.
I feel like we should get back to topic.
Yeah.
Control freak in me is kicking in.
Right.
Okay.
Or shall we take a quick break now that we have an awkward pause?
Okay, sure. But we have a couple of more topics, quick ones.
Yeah,
but
when we come back.
we'll do
We'll
that.
It's only 10:28 as far as I know. So we're
Okay.
taking a break. Do I have to do any cred wed?
Yes, you do. You do.
Yes. Not
Okay,
cred,
then
a cred ad.
Only cred.
Advertisement for cred.
I was trying to speak Hindi. In Hindi, we always
Acha,
say
cred
the
ved.
rhyme.
Okay.
Cred
Cred ved. Okay.
It's tarif. It's not abuse.
Okay.
Now, where the hell is Antariksh?
Yeah, it's
first
there's
name.
us, yeah.
First name. Kunal, will you join me on this path towards cred
Yeah.
glory?
Sure,
God
what
bless.
do I have to do?
Repeat everything I say. Cred has made paying your credit card bill so much easier. Go.
Cred has made paying your credit card bills so much easier.
Beautiful. And by just paying your bills on the Cred app, you could win some epic rewards and prizes. And by just paying your bills,
And by just paying your bills on the Cred app,
you could win some epic rewards, prizes, cashbacks, and lots more.
you could win some epic rewards, prizes, and cashbacks.
Okay, now I lost the WhatsApp. So just wait where you are. okay. Listen,
I
it's
feel
just
I'm in
that.
school trying to repeat
Bro,
what the teacher
Kunal,
said.
come on, you do 45 minutes of stand up without a script. You can't do by one line. It's just that simple.
It's just that simple.
So don't miss out.
So don't miss out.
And now we say this together. Just download Cred. Ready? Just
download Cred.
I don't think they'll come back.
Exactly. I'm sure Cred loves this.
Amit's getting a call right now.
Well, I got a call yesterday.
Uh,
You did the little thing on your Instagram about the cred at the
but
the
that they
Venki
made
thing
me
is.
do. Huh.
Yeah, no, I know they asked you to
Huh.
do that, but the sales guy from our end was like, "Dude, are you sure Cyrus did this? Are we okay with
So
this?"
listen, Amit. I did it first when they asked me to do it in a
Oh,
tamer way. I didn't
okay.
attack them and all that like I did.
Oh.
He sent back and said, "But your Cyrus, it should be more mean." Which I firstly
Oh,
found very
interesting.
offensive.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So, yeah.
Man,
But they get it,
they
man.
know their
That-
stuff. Yeah, they know. They get it.
They
Like,
know what
yeah,
they're
they
doing.
do.
That,
So no, but they think I'm an absolute jerk. Do you understand that? I'm not really. I'm not really.
Ah, so what's
I
the point,
really
man,
like
Cyrus?
Prasad. I like Srinath. I like Maninder Singh, Sabah Karim. These are all the guys I like. This is a good India for me.
Sabah Karim was the wicketkeeper, no?
Yeah, one test match.
Also,
then injury to
co-host
the
of
eye.
our new show, Khel Niti.
Yeah.
Available
very-
at 9 a.m. every
Kunal
day
is
in the
a
morning.
very, very intelligent man, huh? And he's super.
Ooh.
He's a great guy. But the
I'll
thing
check it
is, this great guy was in white with a snow-capped background in a bathtub in a river. You know, I mean, so that was the choice he made. Maybe it was Kulu Manali. What is the line they ask you, young man, Silvery? Huh?
चाहिए क्या?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sounds like some other place that you
Yeah,
go to.
exactly. It doesn't say it like that.
Really. We were quite close to Parel, actually. They used to stand on the bridge and, attack us in our taxis. Amit, our generation who took taxis to go drinking, remember?
Yes, before Uber.
But we also take
sorry.
taxis.
Where have you taken taxis, young
You
man?
take
You got
Ubers
these,
to drink,
you
yeah.
got all these phone
Now,
you
but only
you're calling
now,
them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had
only
to
now.
go and like beg the
Kali
guy
Pili,
outside
Kali Pili.
Taj that I'm not that drunk. You can take me home. I won't throw up.
Yeah.
I've done the work.
Okay, that hasn't happened. No.
Yeah, dude, listen, guys. I know maybe Kunal has, but Sylvia, I don't think you have. Looking for a cab when you're drunk. Looking for a cab in a remote area of Bombay which you don't know at a late night. Oh,
Yeah.
there's been and there's no question of mobile
No.
phone and calling anyone.
I just drive. I just drive drunk.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's so much easier.
But when you drink, your mom is listening. When you drink heavily, also.
Yeah.
Mom's
Oh,
on-
especially when I drink heavily.
I have a
when
very
I-
different.
yeah.
I have a very different way of dealing with this. There are literally 3 bars that I go to, and they all have cabs nearby. That's the only place I'll go to. If somebody calls me to their place, I'm like, "Where do you live?" First, let me find out that, and secondly, let's plan. Let's book the cab. There's a deadline involved. I'm that guy.
Or you can just call the police and they can drop you home. You know, I mean, that's always an option. That's what I remember. We banged into Nakabandi once in the 90s. Me and Kunal driving drunk. Like we banged into it. The next thing,
Not
we
Oh,
were at the
really?
station.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was scary.
Wait, who was driving? You were driving or Kunal was
Hey,
driving?
he was driving. I was drinking. I mean, I had a glass in my hand.
What?
Yeah.
Dude,
This is the 90s. Ask
The
Amit.
90s was a
90s was
different
chill,
time.
It was
yeah.
very rare Nakabandi.
Yeah.
You know, there was some
Eh,
other reason for it, not about alcohol.
I've said this before, but you know what you like drinking and driving awareness was so low, right? At
Yeah.
that point in
Nothing.
time,
We
the
didn't think of it.
solution when somebody had too much to drink was, dude, I think it's time you went home. Let me put you in your car.
Yeah.
That
I
was the
remember that.
solution. Literally,
Nobody even
you had-
checked if he reached home.
No,
There
yeah,
was no
exactly. No,
mobile
you
phone.
had too much to drink. Let me put you in a car so you can drive home. That was our solution at that time, right? We were so stupid about this stuff.
And we all had bar in the car technology to save money, boss.
Oh yeah.
We all
Yeah,
had.
bar in the car. I
Yeah,
forgot
like
about
that
that.
Sharabi, the film. Exactly like that. We had a state of the art. I had Kunal had an ice box with ice because he's an ice freak. And we had different options. I always want my Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke with everything because I still thought it made a difference. When you're 16 large. And you're having I'm saving on the calories. Diet Coke.
I realized also this was not just an India thing, it was a global thing. Like back in
Yeah.
the 90s, nobody cared
I
about
swear, Kunal, we didn't think about it. It was just
Yeah, we didn't
not
think
even my
about it.
parents thought about it.
Yeah.
No one thought about this drinking and driving as an option, really,
Yeah.
as a fear. I don't know how we got away. We drank, we drove.
Yeah.
Oh God, oof!
Yeah,
And I never
yeah.
missed my parking. My parking was always good drunk. In
So
fact, I wish I was drunk normally because I could park better when I was drunk.
I remember. So you know where I live, right? It's a bunch of lanes and stuff
Yeah,
like
it's
that, right?
quite
Left,
a
right,
left,
left, right,
right.
kind of to get to my house. And the thing is that you did it so often that it was like unconscious, right? That I'm drunk, but I know, okay, this left. Now 4 seconds later, I should be taking a long right. Now 3 seconds later, I should be taking a left. 6 seconds
Wow.
later, I'll take a left and a right, and then I'll go straight into my parking, and I'll take a 30-degree cut on my car, which will get me right to where I need to be. And I need to take the cut when I pass this particular spot. You like all this shit was just unconscious because you were so
Yeah.
drunk.
No, I used
Muscle
to do
memory.
stupid things. I parked the car properly, and then my dad would walk the dog at 6 a.m. He was fit then, and once he found me sleeping on top of somebody else's car. I don't know how that happened, but I parked the car properly, my car. And then he just saw his son, thinking, this is the future for my son.
Like not
Yeah.
even like inside your own car, but on top of someone
know.
else's car.
I parked in the
Hilarious.
garage and wandered out and went to sleep on top of a car. I didn't go up. Then he
Did
woke
somebody
me up
wake you up
then-
and say, watchman, jaldi khade raho."
Those days, I think people, they didn't bother. Even the neighbors, nobody bothered. We really got away with a lot of shit, I must say.
I fell
Yeah.
asleep in a pay and park once.
There you go. And no Gujarati does that, Kunal.
Yeah.
No Gujarati
They
can
basically-
fall asleep in a pay and park.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's definitely drunk. Okay, what's our stories,
Yeah,
boys?
sure. Bill and Melinda Gates getting divorced.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I cried.
Okay,
I cried.
I have an
I
over
was
under
so
for you
happy.
guys. Tell me how many. I'd like to know the average number of Mukesh Ambani jokes you got about the Bill and Melinda Gates breakup.
Why
I've gotten
Mukesh
6 so
Ambani
far.
jokes?
Mukesh Ambani basically he needs 7 more divorces before he becomes the richest man in the world.
Oh.
Those kinds of stuff. You guys didn't receive any of them? I got
did not
7
know.
forwards.
Oh, nice.
Different jokes, right?
Oh.
One joke has Mukesh Ambani and Neeta Ambani standing in line and saying
Nice.
Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos get divorced, but Mukesh
Yeah.
Ambani can only make a face.
But this
Cyrus is not saying anything right now because he just.
But this is really interesting
Because
because
I'm working from a certain area which you know very well.
I
I'm
find
just
it
showing my
really-
I'm just showing my poultry contract, and even that, I mean, how mean? Because one jibe about pay and park, damn you, this is so unfair.
But this
Let's
is really
stick-
interesting. Actually, I feel like everybody who started their careers in the 60s are getting divorced in their 60s. It's just perfect. Like Bezos and this guy are just, it's exactly that same like arc.
But I'll tell you one thing, I don't think Melinda will starve, from what I gather. She'll be good. She'll be okay. Yeah, they shouldn't. So don't say things like poor Melinda and all. Poor Melinda.
Yeah.
She'll take 50% and run all the way home.
Yeah.
Get herself a nice toy boy like Kunal and spend the rest of her life, in church
I
gate.
just don't understand why they didn't try to turn off their marriage and turn it back on again. That's what they should have done. It probably would have worked.
Worked on that one.
So, or maybe we did a control alt delete of their marriage. Maybe something like that. I'm sure it would have worked. Come on.
How sad, but really.
You guys know that thing that Bill Gates had done, right? Like where he has pledged to donate most of his
Almost all of his
fortune.
money.
Yeah. And
Almost
the
all
kids
of his
get
money,
much
yeah.
less. Yeah.
Does that still apply once the divorce happens?
The billionaires.
Well, that's got nothing to do with the divorce.
No, and Melinda Gates basically is the driving force behind the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. She's the reason why it
Correct.
started,
Correct.
right?
Oh.
So I don't.
I don't want to
think
show off, but I got to
So-
meet them. Back
so in
2003.
a
They
way-
came and gave $100 million for AIDS awareness in India
Oh, wow.
without taking an audit of any kind. It was a bit like the Prime Minister's fund, the money. But whatever. I'm not
It
going to
came,
point
but
fingers.
it came somewhere. So it's
The
fine.
they send the money. They always send the money. It's not them.
So that
Yeah.
happened. That
What
happened
did they
yesterday, right?
say is the reason for
Yeah.
the divorce? Like, why did she leave him now? Like, why
No,
now?
they're just saying
You know what I mean?
after
She saw him in
years-
natural light.
Yeah. Just saying,
Or maybe her stock finally
no,
matured.
she finally started using Apple, and she was like, "Screw this, I'm done."
I think she's
But
upset.
no.
He doesn't want to send people to the moon. He's left
or
out.
he doesn't want to share the vaccine or something. Wasn't that a recent news that he doesn't want to make
What?
the
The
something like he
IP,
didn't want
IP
to,
for the vaccine.
yeah, the IP for the vaccine. I think now it's Amit, you want to talk about that also? The IP
Oh,
for the
is
vaccine.
that a
has been
segue
made.
by accident
but-
again?
but-
Excellent.
No, but
But
I
I don't think Bill Gates has anything to do with that.
He was asked in an interview recently. I know this. I'm not
For his
making this up.
opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, no. He was asked, "K, would you be willing to, or what do you think should the
Baba.
vaccine be made available to developing countries? The
So he's
recipe
asked
for the
his
vaccine."
opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, because the foundation is involved in funding some
Oh.
of these.
Oh,
this-
they-
yeah.
it is
And he was
involved.
like,
That's
and he was
different.
like, no, developing countries should not have the recipe for the vaccine just yet.
No.
is
So
what- Wow.
there's a
we
there's
haven't
a
put it in
licensing
context.
conversation over here around how licensing of medical technology occurs.
Yeah.
Right, and that is a big part of what is there now. So yesterday, the Biden administration said that they are not going to pursue any IP violations around vaccine production.
So we can mimic it.
Well, no, we can mimic it, but it's not that easy either, right? I mean, like mimic it also means you need capacity to build it, right? And where is that capacity going to come from? When people create the capacity to do it, they are then like the other Poonawalla thing, right? I mean, like he is both a hero and villain in like tremendous
yeah.
kind of differences, and it's neither of those two
I've-
things is true.
I've written a song for Adar Poonawalla. If you don't mind, I'd like to sing it, conveying my thoughts and sentiment. It goes like this. Please don't
Antariksh,
go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. Please
I knew
don't
we should
go.
have used autocorrect. I'm sorry.
I'm
auto-tune.
sorry.
The joke would have
I'm
been
not
better if I got it right.
Kangana. I understand. You have lofty standards. Just live
But-
with me, boy.
Also, talking about Adar Poonawala, he has recently left the country. We never talked about this, but I thought to talk about it. He has left the country because he supposedly was getting threatened by certain
Not supposedly, he
people.
was threatened.
He was.
It's all true.
Listen, I know enough people
and
in the
high-profile names
manufacturing.
are involved, which they're not releasing.
Yeah.
It's not like unknown people. Yeah.
Okay, could I
know
be a complete noob
Yeah.
and ask who is Adar Poonawala and why is he relevant? I have no idea who this
Serum
person
Institute
is.
of
He's
India.
the CEO of
Are you
Serum.
Oh,
kidding
he's
me?
the CEO of
You're
Serum
fired
Institute.
from
Okay,
comedy.
okay. I know Serum
How
Institute.
dare
I
you?
know Adar
He's
Poonawala.
also the
He's
guy
also
who
a
bought
Parsi. You should have some
the
respect for the very few left.
I don't know who he is. That's all.
You know, if Adar Poonawala had a brother, he'd be called Another Poonawala.
Wow,
He's
that's
also the guy who bought the US embassy at British Candy, the building.
Oh, that building is
His
his
dad.
now.
His
What?
dad.
What is he doing
His
there?
dad.
Him only,
Cyrus.
dude.
Huh?
Him only, nah. His dad's 80 years old. He bought it for
Gosh.
himself. He didn't buy it for his dad. Didn't
I
buy
just
it for
have to
himself.
change my surname and I can take over the embassy. Damn it. Yeah. But anyway, that's a sad story. I hope he comes back because he's under a lot of pressure. And I think threatening family and all that, is just unnecessary. And these personal threats, whoever's doing it, really, really cowardly.
Dude, I know enough people who are in this space who have been threatened around this stuff, right? It is insane. And, this is, again, it's a failure in many ways of the fact that we have zero preparation for the second wave that's occurred, right? I mean,
Okay.
it's insane. And we
had preparation, Amit. That's not fair. We weren't prepared for this magnitude. There was preparation. They weren't completely not prepared. But nobody expected it. Let's be honest, nobody called it for the kind of surge that happened, and which is pan-India now. Okay, we all thought Maharashtra, Delhi, it'll be pockets, but it's not. It's pan-India. That is that. But just one second, just if you quickly think about how the doctors in Delhi were beaten up, or in Madhya Pradesh or whatever, just that's your common man going berserk and misbehaving because he can't figure out what's going wrong with the oxygen and whatever. Now, when powerful, influential people go through the same thing, then they want to turn on the big guns that they know, like another Poonawala. Again, their logic is not applied. The emotions are out of control, and they want some blood. They just want blood because somebody's died or somebody's dying, and they're not getting answers to why oxygen, beds, etc., are not there. But this is now some. There's no easy answer.
The thing is that what it's hard to realize, right? But this guy, basically, Adar Poonawala, again, he's not a hero, okay? But at the same time, he's not a villain. He invested 5,000 crore rupees to increase the capacity of his plant before he knew that he was going to be able to do anything with it. He took a chance on it, right? And now people are like, oh, but you're making a profit of $150. You should not charge anything more for it. Right, and that I think is not fair either, right? Because I mean, like he did this in that sense. That's
no,
how
one
business
second.
works.
I think this is very clear for me when you talk about license fair, etc., and government coming to the party. That the government should be able to make sure the businessman doesn't suffer unbelievable losses. Everybody has to take a little downswing on this one because it's a pandemic and there's a social angle to it. But I think the government should be making sure that the profit margin is of some sort is allowed for the businessman to continue. You have to have some motivation. You can't expect
there's
it to
a
be.
whole West Wing episode about this, which is the fact
There
that
you go. And if it's in the West Wing, it's correct.
It's
correct.
always right.
Which is that if they had taken like public funds to create the factory and to invest into the
then fine. Then the government can decide the
sense.
pricing. Yes, absolutely.
Then they can decide the pricing. But
if Rao and me, two out of work comedians, well, he has a little work.
Put in both of our 200 rupees into.
And who just heard of Adar Poonawala 30 seconds ago? We can figure this out. For God's sake. What is the big deal? The government has to take this, man. They haven't done that. They have to take it on their head.
They do.
Yeah.
But
that's what governance is all about, as they're learning right now. They can't pass the buck literally here.
Yeah.
What do you want him to do? He's a businessman first. You want him to die?
People forget that in socialism, even Adar Poonawala is involved. Like he's also part of the public, so he can't be like.
Kunal, he's doing his bit now. He'll take the discount. He'll take the hit. He'll do. Everybody's taking hit.
But you can't make a massive loss.
Because where's the motivation then at the end of the day? He's not Jesus. What do you want him to do?
If you, Kunal, if you don't make money doing this, how are you supposed to increase stuff? How are you supposed
to
doing business?
I
the
agree.
way medicine works, right, is that there's so much front-loaded cost before you start making money on this stuff.
Research is insane. Yeah. That's true.
Yep.
That's true. But public is public. That's why public only should
emotions.
be
Emotions. People don't realize emotions have to be stopped. They should be taxed. You get emotional, you should have to pay an extra tax. Immediately. Beating up doctors and all. I understand people are frustrated. Doctors have irritated me also in my life at some point. But you can't just smack them around. I mean, you want to, but you can't. There's a line.
We're a violent
comedians irritate you. Kunal, do you slap comedians?
I've tried once.
Except in Madhya Pradesh. Do you?
No, just myself.
Just older ones. Older, loud ones. All right. Should we do
stopped
AMAs,
that.
boys? It's 44.
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
let's
get
do
the
them.
And now
Right.
it's time for AMAs with a pilot from Jet Airways, no longer flying, Mr. Kunal Rao. Captain Kunal Rao.
Thank you.
Captain?
Yep.
Silvery?
Yeah, the first one, the first one comes in from Kashin Shetty. Kashin, hi again, man. He says, speaking of cows, is the beef ban still valid in Maharashtra? Do restaurants
Yeah.
still serve buffalo? And how do we know which restaurant is serving which? It's not like we can tell the difference.
There's no.
Oh, of course you can.
I love that
Yeah.
somebody's asking us for facts. Like we know.
Like,
And we all give different answers.
Yeah, man.
In a panel
Exactly.
style, you know. Oh, because we all answer different parts of the same question.
But to my understanding, it is buffalo. Anywhere that
That's
you
It's
get,
allowed buffalo.
Yeah.
What is allowed? So apparently, but,
You're allowed to import beef.
yeah.
So beef that's imported from other countries is allowed to be served in
Oh.
Maharashtra.
the Indian cow is sacred. The
Uh,
foreign cow.
foreign
God
cows
bless.
are
how-
fine.
But people won't listen to that if they come for violence and all, right? So we might as well
No,
not
so I
not
mean, like
serve
that's
it.
why nobody publicizes it, right? I mean, like
Ah,
there
okay.
is a restaurant in BKC that, to my knowledge, serves beef, but it's imported beef that comes from mostly comes from Brazil, I think, right?
Okay.
And so in
And
that case, they do.
Argentina and
Huh?
Australia. But what we can do, I recommend to hotel owners, Kalashnikov and 4 pit bulls or Rottweilers. And you should be okay when they come to break your kitchen. You
Yep,
know,
that's
you'll
my
have some
word.
extra meat to play
Oh, I
with
thought
later.
you meant to cook them. I was so confused. I was like, what are you talking about?
I would not
I
eat
was like,
human
is that a
flesh.
substitute?
I find humans smell a lot. I don't think the meat would be nice. What do you think?
So according to every book about cannibalism that I've ever read, and I've read a lot of books
Why
about
are you reading
cannibalism, well, because it's a common serial killer trope, right? That they're all cannibals
Dude,
and
what is
things
this
like
with
that.
podcasters and serial killers? I don't
Amit,
understand.
really? I mean,
Every
this is
single
now obsession.
podcaster I know
Okay,
is
you
obsessed with
reflect
serial
about it
killers.
once in a while, but in everything, you've read every murder mystery book in every language by every writer.
No, I'm not that
God,
deep
you're
into
scary,
it.
man. And now
I
you know everything
have
about
a-
cannibalism.
I have
Okay.
4 or 5 favorite authors.
And you're a Jain.
No, but cannibalism comes up.
Okay, can I ask you, are you a Virgo, Gemini, or a Scorpio?
I
Because
don't
these
know
are the
what those
3
were.
most common star signs for serial killers. Just
Okay.
saying.
Hey, I'm a
no,
Gemini.
My wife is Gemini.
Oh,
So
wow.
I don't remember what I am because my thing changed from what I understand. I used to be I was an Aquarius, but now I think the Aquarius thing has shifted. There's this whole thing.
Pisces. Then
I
you'll
don't.
be.
I think I'm now.
You've
in
gone
the
ahead.
What used to be the December thing, the one that used to be December.
That's
I think I'm
Capricorn.
in- yeah, so I
Capricorn
think
and-
I'm that now.
Oh, wow, it changed.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
you're Maya and you are the same sign. Then that's
Yeah,
good.
You're a
basically,
Cups.
Alright.
star signs were decided thousands of years ago, right? Since
True.
then, because of the way that we calculate our years and stuff like that, they've all moved. Stars move, right? Stars don't sit in the same place.
No.
So when star,
Actually,
what's
Especially
very-
those
the
having
Earth
affairs.
that is moving and the stars are in the same
No,
place.
the Earth
Because
And the
is
way you
also
do it like a
moving.
rapper,
hurtling
Kunal.
through
Kunal,
space.
the Earth also moves and the stars
It-
also move, but the
Everything
stars
moves in
move
space.
and they're so far away.
Kunal is a
that
rap
the
album
movement
called
is
Kulu Manali.
imperceptible until you look at it over a period of thousands of years, which is why the
Stop
constellations
it.
are shifted.
Stop it.
Fine, you have done far
This
more research
one-upmanship has
about
to
this
stop on our
than-
show. Our show is not about one-upmanship. Our show is about questions. And now about the beef, we've answered the question, I
You have
think.
to understand though that is Amit's answer every time he's asked if he's a serial killer or not. Why is upset?
But he didn't complete his bit about cannibalism, although I'm running out of time. Quickly,
Oh
what is
yeah, so
cannibalism?
apparently human flesh tastes like pork.
Oh,
Oh, that's interesting.
That's
We
what
have been known to be pigs, but you can see the logic to that.
So
yeah.
one second. So we are the other white meat?
we are the other white meat.
That's nice.
By the
Even when
way-
we're brown or black.
By the way, you guys know what is common between Winnie the Pooh and Alexander the Great?
They both have the something.
Yeah, they both have the same middle name. You're right.
Yes.
Okay, what's on?
all right. Next one comes in from Puniteshwar Singh. He says, were Rahul Gandhi to appropriate his Parsi lineage, would it be a disaster or would it lead to better acceptance of his idiosyncrasies amongst Indians? As a fellow Parsi, what's your take?
If you think he's going to win Ameti because he says his name is now Ardeshar for some reason, I don't think that's going to happen. But I think he can settle down in Khusru where he has relatives, by the way, and he can live happily ever after. He's got enough money apparently, and he seems like a nice guy. He can take that path, but it won't help him politically. So how many votes is he going to get anyway from a dwindling tribe? Many of whom may not vote in any case, or may not be allowed to vote where it counts because they don't live in Ameti, where he lost the election. or Wayanad in Kerala, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow,
Yeah, I think that
Cyrus,
was
you
the
really
other one,
rattled all of this information, yeah? Damn good.
No, I just have an empty life, so I read things.
Or you just keep
how much
track of
porn
the
can you
Parsis.
watch, bro? Yeah.
How much pork can you watch? What?
No. No, don't say that. She's a lovely girl. That's not right. That's not right. I'll tell her. Chalo,
Okay.
quick, squeeze one or two more on before they start
Yeah,
shouting.
this is an interesting news of the day kind of topic that someone has suggested. Rohit Sharma has said a Belgian farmer accidentally changed the French-Belgian border after he removed a border pillar stone for blocking his car's way.
So
Amazing.
who got more land?
So yeah, good.
Who pushed it
interesting
into
question.
France?
I
pushed
think
it
yeah.
more to
So
France.
I think Belgian must have.
So Belgian
he's a
is
Belgian
claimed
farmer.
3 feet more or whatever. That's fair.
So wait, Belgium and France also have a LOC now. Not an official border. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but unfortunately, they're civilized countries, so it'll just go into litigation. But back in the third world, people would have died in 5 minutes. It would be so much fun. Damn.
But their borders are like, they have like cafes and all that stuff at there. They don't care because anyway, there's so much free flowing traffic between.
Well, places like Alsace-Lorraine, in France, not sometimes France, sometimes Germany, where the German Shepherd comes from, Alsatian. The Alsace-Lorraine kept going up and down with the wars.
Oh,
the poor
really?
guys are so confused. I'm French today, I'm German tomorrow. I'm German today, I'm French tomorrow. Whoever. About 200 wars went on. So
But Belgium anyway is a very odd country because they have they speak like 3 languages based on which side of the border you're at.
Correct.
They speak like
Flemish, Dutch, and
French,
you're right. You're very
French,
well
everything, right?
informed. And yeah, French. Yeah.
I like the positioning of Belgium. It's very like in the middle of everything. It's like,
well, don't forget
like
that's where Napoleon had his major loss. Yeah.
He did.
Antille's Belgium, Battle of Waterloo. Check your fucking French history.
Wait, I thought that was in England, London. But
Battle of not London. Nobody
Waterloo
fought in London.
Station, no?
What's wrong with you?
Waterloo Station, no?
Kulu, Manali.
This is the only Waterloo.
I'll do a test. Huh? I'll say the words and you see Silvery's reaction. Kulu, Manali. Hey, come on.
Mom, we should go there for a vacation.
Yes. Or
Yeah,
you
very
go
good
first
colleges.
and mom and dad will come after some time.
Postgraduate program is very good.
Yeah, correct.
Stop it. All are loved by this podcast. Please. We embrace everybody. Huh.
Okay. Can I ask like a AMA question from like multiple people that just kind of a synthesized AMA question?
Yes, I'm single.
The elephant in the room? Go ahead.
Cyrus, why does
He's
your sound
waited
suck
52
so much?
minutes. Yeah, okay. Now I'll explain to you.
Sorry, what's the question? Cyrus,
Why
what?
does Cyrus's sound suck so much?
See, you can't use the word retard and all because it's politically incorrect, but I'm a deficient person with technology. I don't even know how to use a toaster properly. I'm very, very bad with these wires and machines. It's not Amit's fault. Let's be honest, he has sent me 17 computers and 43 wires. None of them match. But that's not the point. A better person would know immediately, but I don't know that. And I'm under the guidance of my 14-year-old daughter with mood swings, lovely as she is. So if she's in an angry mood, then she doesn't want to help. Do it yourself. And she says, do it yourself. Well, it's a bit like running the country. It's damn hard. So we are trying our best. After lockdown, we'll go back to my office and we'll have all the machinery in place and people to help. And things will sound much better.
Yes.
Until then, please bear with us. Kripaya dhyan dijiye. We are trying our best and hopefully...
There's a good chance
do
that
I do?
Cyrus, you just need to like turn up the volume on the instrument.
It
There's
could
a
be
good
just
chance
that.
that
But explaining to Cyrus how to turn up the volume is the task. You're not understanding.
Yeah. And while
every
turning up the
morning-
volume, I suddenly land up on Lobster Tube. So
Yeah.
then, I'm just, it's just not working out for a lot of people. The guest is waiting for 45 minutes. Yeah.
So most of my mornings start with so when Cyrus logs in, right, it's always Maya who's actually logging in for Cyrus and then changes the name. So it's always like the first thing I hear is Maya's like really irritated voice going, "You do it. No, I don't. I'm not gonna do this." She's like
And the
always,
best,
like, really
and
pissed off Cyrus.
the most vicious thing Silvery does back to me is he completely ignores me. He just immediately says, "Will you tell Maya?" He doesn't even.
No,
he doesn't
exactly.
Give me a
Yeah,
chance. He doesn't bother. He's like, I don't
please
exist.
ask Maya to
ask
send
Maya.
me
Where's
do
Maya?
this,
ask Maya to like switch on the local
he's
recording.
assumed your incompetence. Amazing.
Oh yes. So when the lack of respect is a matter of fact, lack of respect, what can you do? You're gone. There's no way out from
Cyrus,
there.
see, here's the thing, right? I understand not getting tech and being a little tech this, right? But now it's been a year you've been sitting in front of a computer.
That's
You
true.
still can't turn on your voice
You keep
recorder.
changing things.
Your voice recorder you can't turn on. You still need Maya to turn on your voice recorder. I don't understand
I'm a
this,
little
man.
scared. She has to help me. I press something wrong and go somewhere else, and it's a live show. There's a little more time. I don't mind experimenting, but I
Can I
will.
tell
You're
you
right.
something? My 75-year-old dad is more tech savvy than you are. Just saying.
Have you met him? He's lovely.
Of
He's an
course, I've
intelligent
met him.
man.
What kind of question is that?
We've always been more fond
He's
of
very
him than
tech
you. I've
savvy.
told you that 150
Yeah,
times.
we are fully
You're
aware
very
of that.
upstart. Yeah.
We
How
have
the club
a
misses your dad's guidance.
I
What
know.
a fun guy.
What
eh,
club? It's
compared
been
to,
closed
compared
for
to
a
a couple
year
of the
now.
other leaders that followed. My God. Really. I mean, he was the last. of the
Cyrus, I
voices,
think we should be the next generation of people on the managing committee. Let's do it.
No, but you tell him to come and lecture some of these people now, because he was such a nice guy. And,
Yeah.
you know, they had this is for leaders of India. You need to have good personalities where you just like people and are easygoing. We can't have these fascists wherever they are, whether they're in the club or in India, because it just causes trouble. So ask him to give a class on how just to be nice. Because I think he's just a genuinely nice guy. Everybody likes him. Nobody said a bad word about him. The club functioned well.
Yeah.
You know, he would drink with everyone. He would chat with everyone. He didn't wear his presidency on his head. I'm the president. Put your feet down.
Right. Yeah. I have a lot to live up to, Cyrus. But let's be on to the managing committee.
The
Come on, let's
next
do it.
generation.
Let's join the managing committee.
Name the next generation. Is Prince Charles as glorious as Queen Elizabeth II? She'll probably outlive him.
Yeah, she probably will, at
She
the rate
probably
that it's
will.
going.
Yeah. Oops. Okay, guys, we're going on and on.
let's do one-
Okay,
let's
quick.
do one
No
more.
one's
Yeah.
called me. Go,
Sure.
one more.
This next one comes in from Amulya. She asks, aiming for Cyrus, with power steering and automatic gear shift, it has become very easy to drive cars these days. What are your memories with driving cars like Premier, Padmini, or Ambassador?
Oh God, Ambassador though we had for some time. I remember because the Fiat went for repair, and my mom used to drop us in the Ambassador.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, and a few of the women who could actually drive that car.
Yeah.
You press the brake in Malba Hill, it would stop in Parel. You know, I don't know if you guys driven Ambassador. It's a it's a muscle car. You know,
But
it's
that
like a bodybuilder.
seating was so luxurious
was.
and
No.
spacious. It was
You're
amazing.
right.
I loved it.
After that, these cars are like God.
We've
Unbelievable.
sat 9 people in an Ambassador. Like 9 people. Seriously,
That's
like
amazing.
kids,
And
lots of
comfortably,
kids.
probably.
Lots of kids, but 9 people were in an Ambassador.
That's amazing.
The NCPA used to have a restaurant, if I can't remember which one it was called back then. I can't, but from there, I remember we went for dinner and there were 9 people in the car. My mama had an Ambassador. He dropped me, my mom, and my brother off. He dropped my Masi, his Masi and her 2 daughters off, and then the 3 of them went back home.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was insane.
This is
9
the place
people.
that's now
But-
Amadeus.
Yes, same place.
Hmm.
He was the ambassador to which country, though? You didn't clarify.
To Amadeus.
All right.
Do you remember the gears of the Ambassador, which was on the steering wheel
Yes.
and not
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
floor? Like,
And it had the thing, right? It had
Both-
like
both
a thing on the
options.
side. Yes.
yeah.
Even
There
the
was a
Fiat
part-
initially had the
Correct, yeah.
Top Gear, Top Gear, it's
yeah.
called.
What did they?
And
you know, it
Top
it's
Gear.
called something.
This one. You're driving like this, and it's
It's
here.
called the
Top Gear. The top. So there's ground shift
Something
and
else.
top shift. But the thing is that I did this show Bakra, and I started driving a taxi again after maybe 4-5 years of driving the Maruti 800, which is like a toy car, literally. If you
Yeah.
guys, I don't know, you remember the 80s car Maruti when it came out. And then suddenly to drive this car, it became a real headache. It wasn't easy to shift back. Suddenly first, second, third, reverse. So it already made that wrong sound. You know, like a guy who's, you think I have trouble with the computer. That was.
I remember when the Maruti Esteem came out and people were like, wow, 1300
Wow.
cc's.
Yeah.
Wow. It was something
It was
mind-blowing.
like the ambassador married the Maruti 800 and they had a
Yeah.
child. It was lovely.
So
Did
I
you ever
remember-
drive the Contessa?
Yes.
Yes.
It was a great car.
It was a
For the
great car,
time, it was
but-
the best car for a little while.
But it was such a heavy car. My brother
was.
actually sprained his shoulder while trying to take it out of parking.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was that
Oh,
bad.
wow.
He sprained his shoulder.
The Rao boys are not very strong, is it?
No. We need to do the 12 eggs every morning.
We need to read the cannibalism book by Amit. And just tell him it's pork, have another bite.
Wow. I guess somebody in the questions is as old as us. That's nice.
There's no questions, we make them up. Kunal, what's
AME,
wrong
na?
with you?
Sure.
Oh.
Do you want to do one
Wink,
more,
wink. Your last.
Okay.
No one's called me. One more, chalo.
Okay. Abhijit, AMA.
Everybody's celebrating the new contract now, so that's why they're all chilling a little bit, I'm guessing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Less money, more work. That's always been our thing.
So Abhijit asks, first we saw Jeff Bezos and now Bill Gates separate. Do you think Mark Zuckerberg is next?
Is he married?
I don't know if
He
he's married.
is. He is. He
Yeah,
is.
he is.
Oh, he is? Oh,
He is
okay.
It's
married
that same
to
Asian American girl, right?
yeah, Camille
Yes.
something.
He'll
Yeah.
probably, as soon as he gets divorced,
We can't
he'll
leave her.
probably
She's
buy
the
another
brains,
app.
clearly. Not to be ethnic in any way, but come on. Without her,
Yeah,
he's got
that's
no
true.
face to show. Oh.
Okay,
But,
this
but
is
why? Yeah, sorry.
It's a-
I
Yeah,
just
sorry.
question why they wait so long to divorce. I mean, once you get through the
Yeah.
first 10, 15 years, it's sort of like a pimple.
Yeah,
Just get on with it.
yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
agree.
Bit odd. Maybe she found love or he found love.
Maybe his
so-
stock price just peaked and she's like, this is a good time to get out.
Cyrus, one interesting question here. What was your showcase on that LOL show?
What is
This is being
showcase mean?
asked that where you went and did your little show thing.
Oh, yeah. So then we ran out of time, no?
Yeah,
Because
well, no,
they
you
couldn't-
got pulled out of it. No, they didn't
Yeah, I
do the
got pulled out,
shows.
but also we were running
Yeah.
out of time. So at that point, nobody did. I think from then onwards, there was no performance.
Okay,
Yeah.
What
Oh, I
was yours
shouldn't say
supposed to
that.
be?
People are watching.
but what
So
was yours
I
supposed to be?
had two things to do. One was a sex specialist doctor. And what was the second thing? I can't remember. Fitness instructor, something
Okay.
genetic. They're all stupid, over the top, crappy things. But it's fun in the moment. It's not really, when you look at it, it's just stupid. But yeah. But then we just ran out of time and everything was pushed. And then they did all this ways to end the show. As you see, even I don't know if you've seen the whole thing. The
Yeah.
last few, you can tell that, all kinds of reasons are coming out for elimination. But it's their game.
Yeah.
And they have to end it. Whatever. You can't really argue. It's not like, a double fault in tennis where you can look and say, But I love the way Baman would come very happily to give the card and all, like he's worked really hard. And there are 40 people telling him which camera to look at, and catch. You think he'll really catch us because there are 24 cameras, 30
Yeah.
cameras in play, man. And a lot of the thing is that you try your best to keep your face away and everybody does that. But whatever.
So sorry, something very
Sex
interesting.
doctor. Huh.
Another very interesting topic has been suggested before we finish. Tarunark Vyas has said the BCCI just found out that a bookie was employed as a cleaning staff member during the IPL. What do you think about it?
They always start at the bottom and work their way up. It's very interesting.
But you know about
I-
this? So this came out
So
I
he
think
had
yesterday.
inside information?
No, so some bookies were in
Yeah.
basically had employed a cleaner, I think, or a janitor at the IPL. That's my
No,
understanding.
I thought
Yeah,
you said
so
the
get-
janitor is the bookie.
Well,
I
I
think
think
he's
he's
part of the bookie team.
or he's the bookie has placed him there to start,
Yeah.
becoming friendly. But what I've got to tell you, in all sports, Amit, please back me up. There's always going to be these human beings involved.
Yeah.
There's always a chance of corruption. People don't understand you're never going to be 100% corruption free. People may have desperate reasons for money. I don't know. I don't care. But you cannot, whether it's boxing or NBA or football or whatever, there's some element of corruption will be there. We should just accept it and pretend to know when it's
See,
there.
what you want is you want cleanliness, I guess, from the people who are actually playing the games. Their surroundings, there are always going to be things, right? Because a lot of these athletes are coming from difficult circumstances and all of a sudden making huge amounts of money and impacting things which are massively popular. Right. And so there's always going to be like, this guy, you're an athlete from a poor neighborhood, you grow up, you have some friends, one of those friends then gets approached by some bookie and says, here's $100,000, go find out something for me.
Oh, first they just give them the money.
Yeah.
It's like drugs. You first just give it to them. You don't give any reasons. You don't ask for anything. No lena dena. Just give it.
Yeah.
That guy says, okay. Then, it's dinner, lunch, watches, these kind of things.
Yeah.
I know.
And
I've
2
been
months
given
later,
to stop
they're
my
like-
show all the time. They're like, we'll pay you money. Stop it. Stop this show right now. And I just take it. Fair enough.
You want to try and maintain cleanliness with the players themselves, right? You can't keep the surroundings
can't.
100% clear.
But you can't. I mean, you can't control everybody. It's just not going to happen.
Not everything, but you want to try.
Srishant is an educated guy, for example.
Right.
Properly educated guy with a good family, this, that, and you look at all that. Yet, they honey trapped him.
They
It's like
did.
my friend Kunal. If, a hot chick comes, he goes berserk.
That's true.
I mean, he doesn't get up, but whatever he can do sitting, he just does what he does. My Kunal, you're young, I'm sure.
Relatively speaking, yeah.
How old are you, Kunal?
41.
You're 41?
Yeah.
You got what, 2-3 years more of comedy?
What are you talking about? I haven't
For the long
my
haul.
long-
career is just starting.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
peaking
They're
about
just
3
being
years
nice
now.
to you. You read the book on cannibalism. There has to be something else you can do. Mohit is laughing. He doesn't understand the context. Why are we discussing cannibalism? I mean, what is wrong with you? You're borderline psycho. I'm getting scared.
Dude, I like reading books about mystery. I like reading mystery
you're
books and
obsessive,
crime
he's
books.
right.
Hey, mystery crime are different from cannibalism. and all
No,
that.
but I mean, like, dude,
Nancy Drew is
if you're
Nancy
talking
Drew.
about mystery and crime, 70%
Nobody's
of them
seen
are
Hercule
serial
Poirot
killers.
going and talking about eating flesh. All
Oh,
right?
I have probably read maybe 500 books which are mystery books, right? Probably 25 of them, 30 of them have involved cannibalism. Dude, Silence of the Lambs involved cannibalism, for fuck's sake, yeah?
Didn't
Yeah, and then
That's
they
a
never made it
classic.
again.
Ted Bundy was a eater, right? Of his
Ted
victims
Bundy.
in the fridge,
Something
or is
like
it
that, yeah.
Manson? Manson or Bundy, one of
No,
the two.
Both,
Bundy,
both.
Manson?
probably Bundy, not Manson. Manson was a party guy.
Just
He
cult guy.
was a
Yeah.
cult party guy. I think it was probably Bundy.
Yeah, so it was in the fridge. They found body parts and all, which you like, ham and salami and all
Yeah.
that. His version. Yeah.
So
He saved money.
I don't know about real serial killers that much, right? I mean, like, I know mostly about fictional serial killers.
And
I also watched, like, dude, I also saw like 10 seasons of Criminal Minds, so I know that also, right? So there are like
There are
220
10
episodes of
seasons?
season
My
Criminal.
I've also seen a lot of Criminal Minds. I also like the genre. I can't lie.
Yeah.
But I'm not as obsessive as Amit is and as in depth as he is. He's more like a student. There's a difference. It's like a professional
Right.
approach and an amateur approach.
Or maybe I just have a little bit of a memory about these things.
you can
Because
put
you've
it that
eaten
way. But
humans before.
I don't know. I thought I hate mankind more than you, but now I'm worried. You're taking away my mantle.
Dude, it's not like I've read these things like 4 times each, right? I mean, like, I've read like John Sanford series, I've read Michael
would you-
Connolly series, I've read.
Would you ever kill someone, Amit? Like cold-blooded? I mean, obviously anyone can kill someone by mistake or whatever, but cold-blooded planned killing?
What if Amit says yes?
I don't think
What if he
so.
says yes all the time?
I can't see a circumstance in which that could happen.
You wait outside the house with an axe, wearing a wig.
What was that classic Western line, right? I shot him just to see him die. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I can't see
sounds
myself
like
doing that.
hardcore Western
Sounds like
line.
Clint Eastwood or Eli
Yeah.
Wallach, one of those
I
guys.
can't remember what I think it was a spaghetti Western, right?
Yeah.
I shot him in the gut just to see him die. Something like that was.
I think that's a beautiful way to end this show. Really,
Yes.
touched me. Asu, aa gaya. Silvery, let's end with Kulu Manali, na? Let's put a smile back on your sweet face. Yeah.
Go to Kangna's restaurant if you guys want to. We ask the
What's
question.
it called?
Chahiye kya?
What's it called?
I don't
It's
know.
called Chahiye Kya?
Chahiye kya?
What if it's called Twitter?
Yeah. No. Good.
Okay, guys, I have to pretend to shoot. So I'll... Kunal, bye. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Always a
See you
pleasure.
soon.
Thanks.
What a lovely room.
You were
Amit.
one of our first guests, huh? Like, I mean, like, I think in the
remember.
first 15, 20 episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was episode 9, if I'm not mistaken.
And he came back. Unbelievable.
Twice, thrice.
Nice. Take a break, bro. Take a break.
Yeah, man. 5, 6 years. Only 2. You've been at 2 or 3
I've actually
times
come
in
2
6
few
years.
times. I need to come more often.
Yes,
I'm already given a direct line to Antariksh, so he can
Yeah.
Silvery's interests are not in podcasts. It's more north. Go to Himachal. Chalo. Bye, guys.
Bye.